Audio Jungle.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Global News Weekly with me, Giyo Nzi. On this edition, among other stories, we take a look at Kenya, where the president and opposition leader have started a reconciliation process. US President Donald Trump is set to meet North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, and Africa's only female president, Amina Gurib Fakim, steps down in a week's time. US Vice President Mike Pence says North Korea's decision to meet President Trump proves the US policy of isolation is working. He also said his country has made zero concessions and will maintain pressure until denuclearization is achieved. President Trump agreed to the summit following an invitation from South Korea. In a tweet on March 10th, President Trump said, if completed, the deal with North Korea will be a very good one for the world. No sitting US president has ever met a North Korean leader. Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta and opposition leader Raila Odinga have promised to begin a process of reconciliation following last year's bitterly contested elections. Odinga had sworn himself in as a people's president and refused to recognize Mr. Kenyatta as head of state. US Secretary of State Mr. Rex Tillerson praised both men for taking a positive step. He also said that Kenya needed to correct certain actions like shutting down TV stations and threatening the independence of the courts. Still in Kenya, the US State Department has added 2 Kenyans to its list of wanted Al-Shabaab leaders. The announcement was made during the US Secretary of State Rex Tillerson's first visit to Africa. Ahmad Iman Ali and Abdi Fattah Abubakar are believed to be commanders of the Somalia-based militia group. For over 10 years, Al-Shabaab has been carrying out attacks in Somalia and neighboring countries, especially Kenya. Kenyan forces are among the 20,000 African Union troops fighting the group inside Somalia. Russia has said it will support Africa's push to have a permanent seat at the UN Security Council. Ethiopia, Equatorial Guinea and Ivory Coast are the current African members of the Council, but they occupy non-permanent seats. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, in an official state visit to Ethiopia, said the Council, as currently constituted, is more in favor of the world's wealthier nations. Mauritania's President Amina Gurib Fakim, Africa's only female head of state, is to resign over a financial statement. She has been accused of using a bank card provided by a charity organization to make personal purchases worth tens of thousands of dollars. Ms. Gurib Fakim has denied any wrongdoing, saying she had refunded all the money. She is to step down after ceremonies to mark the 50th anniversary of the island's independence next week. In sports, the vacant position of Cameroon's football coach has been advertised by the Normalization Committee running the country's football federation. The 2017 AFCON champions, former boss Hugo Broos, departed after his contract ended last month. Fecafoot wants a top foreign or local coach who has a good record as an international or national player or coach and has a good knowledge of African football. Alexandre Bellinga has been appointed interim coach while the search for a long-term successor to Hugo Broos continues. It is here that we draw the curtains on this week's edition of the Global News Weekly with me, Giyo Nzi. Stay with us for more updates.
Audio Jungle. 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 Audio